Congratulations on your win today against one of the greatest of all time. How did it feel?
It feels pretty amazing, to be honest. I can't believe I just played Serena Williams. It's something that I think I'm really fortunate to have been able to do, and for our careers to have crossed when there's such a big gap. And watching her growing up, it was an amazing experience to just play her. And I think from the beginning to the end, I was, I maybe looked calm, but I was definitely. I just knew how important every single point was, because you let up a little bit and yeah, she's going to be all over you. So yeah, she's just such a legend.
Questions, please? Ben?
Congratulations. What were your sort of expectations of what it would be like out there, and how did that compare to how it actually felt, both in terms of tennis and I guess also like your emotions and everything?
Yeah, I was in the beginning, of course, like nervous, and I think going out there, I was really ready to be on my returns, and just the speed of it. Sometimes, like, I'd have the ball on my racket, but like it was just too powerful, and it's a really difficult serve to read. Like, you can't tell where that she's going, which is makes it even tougher. But I think that the crowd was pretty electric. The stadium was really packed, and even if they were cheering for Serena, I was like, it's 100% like gonna happen, and I was prepared for that. And to play the greatest in her home country in a stadium like that, I knew, and I was like all for it. If she's maybe going to stop playing soon, then like 100% like go cheer ahead.
Next question, Gordon.
Emma, with the draw coming out relatively early and you had days to kind of think about this match and everything, what were the nerves and what were the feelings like? How did you manage that? Because you only have one forced error today in the entire match, which is a pretty remarkable stat.
Yeah, I didn't really know that stat, but I got the draw. Like, I didn't even open the draw. I mean, I got a text saying, "You're playing Serena!" exclamation mark. And I was like, I just landed from Toronto, and to be honest, my initial reaction, I was just like, wow, that is written, that is a gift. Like, I can't believe it. I mean, the chances to play her, maybe one of the last opportunities I get to play her. It's just, you have to cherish the moment, and you're going to have this memory for the rest of your career. And yeah, I was just really trying to make the most out of every single point out there, and give myself the best memories of when I've played Serena once.
Yeah, you got off to such a big, quick start. I think you broke at love. You were up 4-1. What does that do to your mindset? How important was that for you?
Definitely important, because it's always good to get off to a good start, but at the same time, you have these like doubts when you're up, when it's almost going too well in the beginning, because you're like, well, you're playing Serena, you let up a little bit, then like these thoughts start coming into your head. And when I got broken after being 4-1 up, I knew like if that was like a little opening that I gave her, and she definitely capitalized. And I think that she started to play better, and I was just really focused on like keeping my composure and holding my next service game. And because of that good start, you kind of give yourself room to. I had 2 breaks, so I got broken once, and yeah, just definitely focused in and zoned in on the next one.
Well, Emily, how did you, in the second game where you did win 6-0, you talked about zoning in and whatnot. How can you maybe describe your play in that second game when you did, defeat Serena 6-0 like that, to go on that roll? Just your emotions from that second game. Just how did you zone in that second game?
The second game of
Second set. Sorry.
when?
Yes.
The sixth, yeah. The second set, yeah. Well, I was just like, I was telling myself, just hang in every single service of her service games, like try and make her work as hard as possible for her service games. And I think I did a really good job returning today. And then I was just, to be honest, being really stingy, and that's probably something that I just focused a lot on today. And obviously I think I had in the back of my head like one opportunity, she's gonna take it, the crowd's gonna get behind you, you're gonna be out here like, so I was really focused, yeah.
Congratulations on the win today, Emma. From your answers, it sounds like today more than anything else was a mental than a physical challenge, but I'm curious how physically your game held up in round number one, if you were happy with your performance today on court, and how you take today's match moving forward.
Yeah, I think that a big part of the match today was definitely the mental side, to not be intimidated by all her achievements, and that was what I was, focusing the most on, just like being really, really present and thinking of my game, thinking of what I needed to do. Physically, I think that I held up pretty well. Like there were some longer exchanges, like a few, and I held up well in them. I scrapped, I made her work. Sometimes I won the point when it mattered. Sometimes she won the point, like having the upper hand. So, I feel good right now. It's just a quick turnover for tomorrow morning to play. Just gonna try recover. I literally haven't even showered yet.
So you not only play the best, you also beat the best. Where's your head at right now? How are you going to allow yourself to relish in this win at all, or are you ready to move on into the next round?
Yeah, of course. I think that it's important to really cherish the wins, because I think that if anything, like this year has taught me that the wins don't come by easily, and no matter what win that is, it means a lot to any athlete, and I definitely am gonna take it in, be really proud of myself. But as I said, it is a fast turnover tomorrow. Like I've probably got 12 hours until I'm back on site, and I think that I'm playing another slam champion tomorrow, so it's obviously going to be really difficult, and just going to try prepare as best as possible.
Just in terms of like the occasion and the atmosphere, in some ways, I don't know if this felt like the biggest sort of one you've had since the U.S. Open last year, in terms of, those or maybe Wimbledon was this year, I'm not sure, you could tell me, but how in terms of your confidence going into New York in a couple of weeks, how much better do you feel maybe after having a moment like that and a win like that against a player like that tonight?
Yeah, I think it does help. Playing Serena and managing to win, I'm obviously like really proud of myself, and it does give me confidence. But I think that at this level, like you play anyone, it's a really difficult match, and each of those wins kind of build confidence, regardless of regardless of the level you're playing. Like every single win counts, but of course this one more so because you're playing like the greatest. But I'm not trying to get too high or too low right now. Like I'm just trying to stay on one path and trajectory, because I know like I've kind of feel like I've been on both ends of that, and I'm just happy, proud of myself, but just moving on.
You kind of touched on that, but after the win, for such a big win, you were quite understated. Was that kind of part of, step not going too high or low? Or how are you feeling? Also, just how are you feeling?
Oh yeah, I think that playing Serena, you don't like. To be honest, I was just like in awe, and you don't want to like. I think I said like one come on in the match, and I was just staying really, to myself. Because I respect her so much as an athlete, as a tennis player, as a person. Like I think she's done amazing things for the sport. So I didn't really want to, make a scene. Like she's done so much for the sport that I just respect her a lot, and I think that no big celebration was necessary. I think the biggest celebration is just like what the crowd kind of gave her and honored her, and myself as well. Like who knows how many times I'm going to see such a great champion out there again.
Tomorrow, obviously, you're coming back tomorrow, and you're playing another great champion in Raducanu. Just curious what your thoughts are on her, and what you know from her so far.
Yeah, I've watched Vika play her whole career as well. Not her whole career, I mean my whole career. And she herself is a great champion. I watched, I remember more recently when she was playing in the US Open and made the final in like, I think 2020 during the bubble. I was studying for my exams. I was like, I hadn't played tennis in like 2-3 months, and I was kind of just dreaming of like, you know, one day I'm going to play on Ash, and one day I'm going to be at that level, and, you know, playing these great players myself. And it just felt, everything felt so far away. But obviously, with the last year I've had, you're getting great exposure to these amazing players, and every time you get to play them, you get to learn from them as well, and what they do really well that has helped them in their careers. And yeah, it's going to be a tough match tomorrow for sure.
Last question, Ben.
Now that you got the sort of Serena bucket list experience, who do you most want to play on tour? Not counting Azarenka who's coming tomorrow, but who do you most want to play on tour if you haven't had the chance to yet?
I would say one person. I mean, I would love to play Simona, just because I think she all round is like, for me, I think all round the most complete player. She moves extremely well. She's aggressive. She can defend. She makes you work so hard for every point. Could be like a slow, painful, you know, like she gets you. But I think just to be able to feel that would be great.